Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
54 degrees. It is blowing around down there a little bit wind-wise, and there is a chance of rain. That's kind of how it's been here in Carolina. They played a downpour on Monday night. Weather is considerably better, and with the middle of the field resodded, away we go. Green Bay won the toss. They deferred. Carolina starts with it. Joe Webb on the return. He does a little bit of everything. Third string quarterback, active special teamer. And he's out near the 30. 25-yard return by Webb. Casey Hayward on the stop, and here comes Cam Newton. The numbers aren't great, except for 7-0. But the completion percentage is down. There's his overall record in his 5th season in the NFL.
Yeah, well, it said a lot about Cam Newton. You can't judge how well he's performing just based on his numbers, clearly. He's not going to put up the passing numbers that a guy like Aaron Rodgers will. He does so much more for this offense. The big key for him has been the plays that he's been able to make late in games to get them to this 7-0 record.
Delayed handoff, Stewart. This is the top running team in the NFL. Not only with the numbers they put up per game with regard to total rushing yards, but the number of times that they hand it off. Who do you want to pick out of this group? Olsen, the tight end?
Yeah, I don't know how you can overlook him and the job that he has done. You know, not just this year either. I mean, he's been terrific this season, but from the day he arrived here in Carolina 5 years ago, he has been Cam Newton's go-to guy.
2nd down and 6. 4 men on the rush for Green Bay, and Newton out. Cam Newton is going to slide, and he slid short of a first down. He gets up signaling first down, but where the slide happened, he's short. And that was not a very heady play by Cam Newton.
Well, and talking with Dom Capers, of course, this is the goal each week against Carolina. Keep Cam Newton in the pocket. You rush too far up the field, as Julius Peppers does, and Greg Olsen was going down the middle, had a shot at him, but he decided to run with the football instead. It was interesting, Joe, in visiting with Cam Newton, he said the reason he likes to slide head first is so that he won't lose yardage as he just did because of the slide.
Newton picks it up anyway, and he's with that big body. 6'4", 245. He's taking bows after a 5-yard run. Nate Palmer on the stop. And for Cam Newton, more rushing first downs than any quarterback in the NFL. And here's the defense. And you look at out on the edge as Green Bay is without Quentin Rollins and Sam Shields. Both injured. Play action. What a catch! Olsen with a one-handed grab. And this good start for Carolina will continue as Olsen is inside the 35. Good for 23.
How about that grab? That'll rival Odell Beckham Jr. They put Olsen in the flat, just a busted coverage by the Green Bay Packers. They've got a slant in behind it. Nobody picks up Olsen. An outstanding job bringing that ball in.
Catch number 499 in his career. On first down, Newton's going to take care of the middle of the field and get knocked down near the 10. Middle of the field, absolutely wide open. Good for 23 yards is Cam Newton.
Well, when you go man coverage against Cam Newton, you better have somebody that's maintaining the quarterback. And as you can see, nobody is accounting for him. And in man coverage, the defensive backs have their backs to the balls. Eyes are not on the quarterback. Couple runs now by Cam Newton. This is a big one.
Smiling all the way. Why not? Season-long carry at 23 yards. Newton over the middle, pass caught. And Kachary is inside the 5, stretches near the 2. Good for 7+. Quentin Dix on the tackle. And if you're Mike McCarthy, we saw that shot of him. He's thinking, here we go again. It's been 2 brutal weeks for this Green Bay defense.
They've given up 500 yards in each of the last 2 weeks, most of that through the air by Phillip Rivers, and of course last week by Peyton Manning. But here on this first possession, Cam Newton's putting on a clinic, and there has been no pass rush.
Tolbert wrapped up immediately. Good play, and that was Peppers in there. The longtime Carolina Panther, former number 2 overall pick back in 2002. And he brought down Tolbert immediately. And now the ball's on the 2.
Yeah, you know this means something to Julius Peppers. Spent his first 8 years of his career here in Carolina. What a force he was, and still is at 35 years old.
Newton throws it away. Corey Brown was at least close enough to it to avoid a grounding and went over his head out of the back of the end zone. And Newton just got rid of it, so the drive stalls inside the 5, and what looked to be an overwhelming start to this first possession ends up with a 20-yard field goal try by Gano.
Well, that's been the strength of this defense. Not so good last week against Denver, but prior to that, really good in the red zone. So a lot of yards given up. That's been the thing that's been their deal all year. Stop them in the red zone.
That's what Dom Capers prides himself and his defense on, scoring defense. They were a bit out of breath, but at least they stood up inside the 5, and Newton and company come up with 3.
This game is sponsored by Southwest. Transparency, no fares, nothing to hide.
Cam Newton had 63 yards on that first possession, 30 through the air, 33 on the ground. It's the first time since week 1 the Packers have allowed opening drive points. Carolina's now scored on 5 of 8 opening drives, leading 3-0. Gano, one of the best at driving it out of the back of the end zone. Not this time. Hyde will take it out. Has some room and gets brought down as he crossed the 20 by Ben Jacobs. So now we get the pleasure of watching Aaron Rodgers go to work. 3-0. Panthers on top.
Today's game is sponsored by Bud Light. Make the right call. Drink responsibly.
Aerial coverage provided by Nationwide, as the Packers will start with the ball at their own 25. This offense can't wait to get back out there after a rough one in Denver on Sunday night. Play action. It's the tight end Rodgers, and he's brought down immediately by Roman Harper. A gain of 2, and Aaron Rodgers, the numbers are fantastic. In the last 15 games following a loss, 15-0, and look at the touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's a guy who knows how to bounce back.
Well, he sure does, and the thing that he's done a really nice job of all season long this year and throughout his career is being smart with the football. Last week, obviously, a very disappointing loss. Not much production offensively. That game could have really turned ugly had he started forcing a lot of balls early into coverage.
Here's Lacy right side, and he has yet to kick it into gear. He gets nothing, lost half a yard, and Shaq Thompson, the rookie, and first-round draft pick out of Washington, back after missing the last 2 games with a sprained knee, in there to make the stop. And the Packers are looking for more out of their tight end, Richard Rodgers, you see there, number 82, and Randall Cobb, who's been slowed down the last 4 games. 3rd and 9.
Ready, go!
Rodgers in trouble, and down he goes. Lotulelei The one who can finally bring him down, and Aaron Rodgers did all he could.